The 18-foot speedboat was carrying 11 persons, which left Livera Beach in St. Patrick's when the crew encountered difficulty in rough waters in the vicinity of Sugarloaf Island last year. 2 people were confirmed dead and 4 remain unaccounted for. Investigations pointed to the lack of emergency supplies and communication equipment and other deficiencies. ASP Sylvan McIntyre of the police's Community Relations Department says once a trip is planned, there are some basic measures that should be implemented.
Vessels that are plying the route between Grenada and Carriacou, obviously they would have to go through a registration process. So people have to understand that if they're going to use some means of transport, that it is really legal, it is authentic, and it is designed for what it is intended to be used for. There is a registration and a licensing process. So if persons are not going to be using the regular means of getting to Carriacou, whatever means that they are going to use, they should ensure that the basic safety measures are adhered to. And one of it is that of having life jackets and so on board. Safety instructions that are supposed to be given by the captain and crew and members who are responsible for taking persons along. People should ensure that they see themselves that there are certain basic measures on board. As I mentioned, the jackets is just one of them. But if you are going by your own means, meaning that you have a duly registered and licensed vessel or boat that you intend to use, communication instruments are something that should be inclusive. You should have some means of communicating to anybody, or as a matter of fact, to the Coast Guard or to Police Command Center. And so there are the HF and VHF radios that people can use that they can communicate.
ASP McIntyre also went through a list of essentials.
Plan to have equipment, food, medicines, water, and clothing beyond the basic time that you intend to stay. So God forbid some emergency arise, you do have some means of communication. You do have some form of liquid that you can use. You do have some form of sweet that you can sustain yourself over a given period of time. These are some of the basic safety measures that people should adhere to. And if you are in doubt, you need to leave it out. If you have concern about the people who are going to be inviting you or taking you along, a life shouldn't be risked. A life is too important for people to take unnecessary risks with it. And we think that for a festive occasion where people are just going to enjoy themselves, that taking certain kinds of risks should just not happen.
The Special Services Unit and the Coast Guard recently engaged in special training on search and rescue operations and how to respond in emergencies. Eugenia Peters, GBN News.